It's C with C. Thanks for coming to chat with me. And we are live here for the Monday Meetup, where every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we are talking traveling and cruising. So get on in here. And hello, everybody. If we haven't met, my name is Carlene, solo traveler extraordinaire. And this is the Monday Meetup, where every Monday at 7 p.m., or this is my channel, C with C, where I work a 9 to 5, but I travel the world as if I don't. I didn't even test this microphone because I was playing around with the settings. So hopefully I don't sound too crazy. I was pushing buttons after last week. Last week I realized that I was using my computer speakers. So shout out to all of y'all for staying tuned. So yeah, let's see who we have in the chat and let's figure out what we're talking about today. I don't know if y'all have any questions, thoughts about travel, cruising, whatever, because if you all noticed, yesterday I did not put out a vlog, so we are freestyling today. I guess it'll be travel and cruise potpourri. So whatever questions or comments or things you might have, you want to talk about, things that are on your spirit, this is your opportunity. Because I have a little bit of a content gap happening at the moment. So my last trip was what was that? June 21st with the Ultimate Solo Group Cruise on Celebrity Cruise Line, which we talked a whole lot about. And I basically, I went through all the vlogs for that. I have a couple maybe informational vlogs I can pull out of it, but my next trip does not start until August 27th, y'all. So I am like, what can we do to stretch this thing for the next 4 weeks to make it worth your while? So any ideas you may have, I've been thinking about something. I don't want to say it yet because I don't want to commit myself this weekend. But yeah, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do in the meantime, in between time. But let's see who we have here in the chat. We have Kristen H. And and random cruise, not related news. Literally, y'all, I had grand plans today to get in the house, work out, chill. And I messed around and sat in my car for 2 seconds too long and then saw a bunch of kids running down the street. I had to call the police on the babies. Not really on them, but we have a new recreation center close to my house. And it's just been such an interesting summer in regards to violence, particularly violence with our youth. So I was like, let me just call the popo just to make sure nobody bring nothing back. So next thing I know, it was 6:40 and I was like, oh, I got to get ready for the Monday meetup. So I'm a little all over the place today, but we're gonna get into it anyway. So Kristen H is here saying, hey, happy Monday. Shout out to Kristen. Hey, Kristen, thanks for being here. She's saying, happy Monday, y'all. Thanks for being a channel member and a moderator, Kristen. Much appreciated. We have Tia Bia, who recently won one of our members only giveaways. I have to put that giveaway in the mail for you eventually. And I will say it takes me a long time to mail the members giveaways, but Tia Bia won herself a nice little packable travel fan, which is very important in these cruise cabin streets that sometimes they turn the air off on you in the middle of the night and you need a little circulation or ventilation. So thanks for being a channel member, Tia B. We got TJ Gary, who's also, all the channel members are on time, saying happy Monday. Happy Monday, TJ Gary. Thanks for being in here. We have On the Go with YOLO saying hello and happy Monday. And this actually reminds me, if anyone ever, which I have to give a shout out to Adventures, oftentimes I'll watch the replay the next day. And I use this platform called StreamYard. And I've been noticing, I think a couple of live streams, Tanya from Adventures has given, what do they call it, jewels or something? Well, StreamYard doesn't show the jewels on my side, but I can see it in the replay. So thank you, Adventures, for the jewels. I don't even know what jewels are, but I saw them pop up from you on the replay. So thank you so much for gifting those jewels. Much appreciated. So YOLO saying happy Monday. Hi, YOLO. And YOLO is, I think what was the last video I watched from YOLO was her Carnival Venezia vlog, which I guess that could be one of the topics for this evening. Carnival is bringing out a bunch of, or rotating the ships pretty nicely on the East Coast, which I appreciate, because I will say you can find a really cool, a really cheap cruise deal. For instance, I found a really cheap deal, $200. Not a cheap deal, it's a casino deal. But my flight is going to be $350 and the casino cruise is $214. And so sometimes, just makes it like not worth it. But Carnival is rotating all of its ships in the East Coast, I believe, starting like 2027 or so. So I know Firenze is coming to New York. Baltimore will get what is Baltimore getting? Baltimore's going to get Miracle. And I believe Miracle is going to join Carnival Pride. But Miracle is going to be doing like 12-day. Now that's the only thing though. Like I don't have to pay for flights, but it's like to do I've already done Pride, but then to do Miracle, I have to commit to like 9 to 12 days, like longer cruises. So I would have to find like a pocket of time to do that. And then who is it? Carnival is switching out the Carnival Sunshine out of Norfolk, and they're bringing Carnival Freedom. So literally in the next year or so, I'll have like 3 new ships that I don't have to worry about catching a flight. I can hop on those ships. So I'm excited. I don't know why because I was talking about Carnival Venezia. That vlog seems to be doing well, and I imagine the Firenze is going to be doing as equally well as the Venezia, her sister ship. Kenny Elliott is in the building saying, hey, everybody. Hi, Kenny. Thanks for being here. Welcome in. And he is saying, please smash that like button and hit subscribe, everyone. Yes, please hit like. It just lets the algorithm know that this is worthwhile content, and hit subscribe. I have a goal of 8,000 subscribers for my channel before the end of the year. And so your subscription is free. You just got to hit the subscribe button, watch a video too every now and then, keeps you subscribed. And help us get to the goal of getting this information out to more folks. We have Piplup James in the building saying, you're in Canada. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Thanks for popping by. Now what? Hold on, YOLO. Oh, okay. I was like, are we talking constipation? YOLO says, I want to talk about being ready to go, but can't go nowhere. Listen, I'm not ready to go in the sense of like, I'm not like the next trip, which I need to sit down and talk to my channel members about the next trip. Because I wanted to go over like my itinerary and talk about all the ins and outs. My next trip, y'all, I know, solo traveler extraordinaire. I'm going to be traveling with about, I think it's like 20 friends or so out the country. And it's just been like kind of funny to like the different planning styles all kind of emerging into one. So I need to break down the itinerary to my channel members. But talking about like being ready to go, but can't. So I literally got smacked with like this really big project that's due. It's due September 4th. The issue is I fly out August 27th. So while I would have a little more runway if I wasn't going nowhere, but like it's literally crunch time between now and when I leave for this next trip. And that's just like work life. Then it's like, okay, it's a part of the world that I haven't been to in a really long time. So it's like, all right, what are the outfits going to look like? What do I need to pack? So yeah, and then like I plan on doing the Miracle Knots. I know y'all probably heard me talk about that last week. I decided to land on, I'm doing the twist for a little bit just to get me closer to the Miracle Knots, because my worry was if I did the Miracle Knots now and then have to wash them before I go, I didn't want them to look raggedy on the trip. So I'm going to try to hold that till later. But yes, I am ready, but can't go. And then it's like, there's a lot of like trips that popped up that I'm like, dang, they're really good like dates, but I can't go. So I totally understand, YOLO, when you're ready to get out of these cruise streets or travel streets and you're a little landlocked, but it's a good time to just, research, stack patience, watch videos, do all that good stuff. So but I hear you. And I was telling y'all, if y'all just joined, usually on Sundays I have a vlog and I kind of recap today. I did not put out anything yesterday. I actually was having a pretty busy weekend socializing, etc. So I did not crank out any content. So today is a little bit of a travel potpourri, where we can just talk about if you all heard any cruise news, travel news, if you have questions, whatever you want to talk about. You want to hear about my upcoming trip, but I got to tell our channel members first, more details. I can give y'all that or talk about the rest of the year. I don't know. It's going to be freestyling. But for the moment, we're going to say more hellos. We have Adventures by Andrea. Hey, and you were the one that did the Virgin Voyages. Brilliant lady, right? Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you here. Chandra Oglesby says, yes, okay, now it popped up. There we go. See, it would not pop up. StreamYard is fixed. So Anna Q gave 550 joules. Now I guess StreamYard is caught up because it was not dropping the joules. And I would like watch the replay and I was like, dang, T gave me some joules and I didn't give her a shout out. So again, shout out to T for the last few live streams you gave joules. It was not pushing through on StreamYard. Today it's pushing through. So shout out to Anna Q for the joules. And she says, stay hydrated with Prosecco. Yes. So thank you for that. What do the joules do, guys? I just saw them through T. I did not know what a joule was. I know like Facebook gives you something for stars. I didn't know what joules are. Chandra Oglesby is in the building saying, I'm surprised you're not at work. Happy you're here. She's happy Monday. I hope everyone is staying cool during these dog days of summer. It's actually better here. We definitely got over that hump of those like 100-degree days. But I'm inside most of the day, so I can't really tell. But yeah, definitely stay cool. I think tomorrow we're expecting to get like some rough storms through the area. So if you're in the Northeast corridor, hunker down. Be prepared if you're flying. Any flight delays? I think they're anticipating storms between like 2 and 9 p.m. tomorrow. So if you're on the East Coast flying, be prepared. Try to get out before all that pops off if you can. Let's see. Folks are speaking. Piplup James says he was at Canada's Wonderland last week. I'm guessing Canada's Wonderland? Was that an amusement park? I have not been to Canada since Toronto for Carabana, which is their version of festival, but it's not like a true Caribbean festival. They don't follow the rules in my head. But I do want to get to Quebec at some point. So I think if I have like a Canada checklist, I'll definitely Quebec. Or is it Quebec? I don't know. Blakey Travel Life. Hey, does my sound okay? I was touching these things. What's these things called? The controls. I didn't even do a sound check. So we just freestyling. Blakey Travel Life. Hello. Says welcome in. Out of Richmond, Virginia. Welcome in. Blakey Travel Life. I was actually reading up about Virginia today. I believe they announced like more routes from Breeze Airways out of Virginia. So if you're in the Virginia area, particularly if you're going from Orlando to because I was looking like what can Breeze do for me, and apparently it, in regards to at least for cruising, and apparently it looks like it's going to be a cheap alternative for getting down to at least Orlando, and then Vero Beach, which I'm not sure if Vero Beach is close to any of the cruise ports down there, but at least Orlando gets you close to Port Canaveral, and of course Brightline on down. So that's something to think about. I know everybody is still, figuring out how we're going to replace Spirit in the market of, getting those cheap flights. So it looks like Breeze is coming online. JetBlue is trying to fill in the gap, but JetBlue's on-time record has been trash. And then like last week, I was reading stuff about people sitting on the tarmac for hours fooling with JetBlue. So tread lightly with them, y'all. But welcome in, Blakey Travel Life, all the way from Richmond, VA. Good to see you in here. Thanks for popping by. Kenny Elliott saying, hey, Kirsten says, not the popo. I know. And I felt like, I'm becoming like the nosy old neighbor. But in my head, like, y'all don't understand. Like, I wish the kids would just like fist fight and it'd be over. But like nowadays, they talk about, it's not like back in our day. Look, I am the old lady now. Back in our day, like, we would get in a fist fight and that would be the end of it, right? Not anymore. Like, it seems like you get whooped, then you just can't take your whooping. You got to retaliate. And there was a lot of kids out from the recreation center. And yeah, I just did not want, the summer months, I didn't want nothing to escalate. So I was definitely like the not on my watch neighbor. So I definitely called the police. And they went running. But I'm glad that I just rather do that than things escalate and somebody else's child is on the news, because it's been a terrible summer here for youth in regards to just unnecessary lives lost. So I definitely was I was a nosy neighbor. And then what pisses me off is like you cannot call MPD no more anonymously. So I just was like, yeah, I'm like the kids. I'm like, it's a fight at the recreational center, and I saw kids scattering and running. I just want to make sure that just say it's a fist fight. They dispatch called me twice and was like, "Can you come out and talk to the officer?" I'm like, what if the kids think I'm snitching? Which I was snitching, but still, like, I can't make an anonymous call no more to the police. Like, what? To keep my community safe? Lord have mercy. So anyway, but it seems like everything's quiet. I just looked out before getting on here. It seemed like the kids kind of like went away. If hopefully everything calmed down, we're just gonna pray that the babies, had a little scuffle and got out their system and keep on moving. But when I came, and how like, you pull up on something and you get that sense of like something's off. Like, when I pulled onto my block, I was kind of like, you just feel the energy because the way people were crossing the street looking, I was just like, are you going to your car to get something? And literally I sat in my car for like 3 more seconds. And then I could see like kids scattering. And I was like, oh, Jesus. You pull up and you just want to sit there for 3 seconds. And I could just see, and I was just like, oh, Lord, like, please just let me get in the house before anything pops off. Luckily, there was no popping of pops, but yeah, Jesus, the youth, keep them lifted. The getaway code is here. Hey, I started watching y'all's vlog on Carnival Sunrise. That's me, one of my ships I'm getting on later in the year. So good to see y'all here. Thanks for sharing. Y'all was like, I know that they were like, who called the popo? And I know the little boy who was getting his butt beat was probably happy that somebody called the popo. Like, because I think what scared me was because it started further up the block and the kids started running back to the wreck. And when you start running back to the wreck, that means they're seeking cover for something. So I was just like, I was literally between my car and the door. And I was like, Lord, I felt like that one scene from, what was the movie? Oh, I can't remember the one. Oh, I'm gonna remember it. Boys in the Hood. Is that the one where Ricky got caught up in the street? I definitely felt like I can't get nowhere to cover, but everything was fine. Urban Living. Welcome in, everybody. It's Carlene. This is Solo Travel Extraordinaire. This is the Monday Meetup where we talk travel and cruising. And right now I'm just talking about life in Southeast DC. TB says, yay, for her fan. Yes, it's gonna come eventually. I love giving giveaways, but I hate going to the post office. So it's gonna take a little bit, TB. Big Murph is in the building. Good to see you in here, Murph. I was watching your vlog while I was cooking on Sunday. You dropped another vlog related to Celebrity Reflection, saying, hey, seeing the Monday Meetup crew driving home from work, so may not be chatty, but listen, it's okay. Stay safe while you are driving. Safety first. Seth Stone is in the building saying, what up, seeing what's good, chat? Hey, Seth, thanks for being here. Thanks for popping by. How are you doing with the step challenge, Seth? Are you in the step challenge, Seth? Haven't checked. I feel like I'm gonna be better. If y'all haven't heard, Sig the Solo Cruiser is running a 10K step challenge where she has us all walking like crackheads. And so we are really competing, but I think I'm gonna do better next month. But yeah, if you are interested in joining a fitness challenge for the month of August, look at Sig's channel. You can join now if you want to. But join Sig's step challenge in August and you can get yourself ready for your next cruise. So welcome in, Steph. Mark Hackett is in the building saying, what up, C in chat? Hope you are having a great evening. Love all your hairstyles. Thank you. My hair, me and my hair are true Geminis. Like, I can't commit. A few people, when I was talking about the Miracle Knots thing, were like, you should lock your hair. And I'm like, I love locked hair. Like, I wish I could lock my hair for like 2 months and I'm gonna be ready to change it. So, yeah, I would just keep mixing it up. I got to keep y'all on your toes. Hey, this is a new name. It's Giving Bay. I like that name. Says, hey, catch it live. I got to text you about wanting to go on my first cruise in January. Yes, text me. You want to text me soon because if you're cruising in January, your final payment date is coming up in January, December, November. Your final payment day is like October, November-ish. So you probably want to, lock it in so you can at least get your deposit on there and pay up. Unless you want to pay out of pocket in January. But yes, text me. I I know who this is. Hey. Yeah, hit me up before so that you can at least lock in something with a low deposit. So you don't have to pay the full price all the way out. Let's see. And thank you for hitting those thumbs up. Yella D is in the building saying, good evening. Good evening. How are you? Janice World is in the building saying, hello all and happy Monday. Happy Monday, Janice World. Thanks for being here. I think I saw you were on a cruise. Yes? You did announce in the couch cruises that you were cruising this week? Yellow says, talking about flights on the East Coast. She says, story of my life with those flights. Definitely weighing the is it worth it factor lately. The pricing of the flights. Yes. And see, what was it? A couple of years ago during the summer, I got really lucky and I scored a $1,500 flight credit on American Airlines for giving up my seat for like an hour on my flight from Rome coming back home. And that $1,500 like got me through a lot of flights. And then now I'm paying them out of pocket again. And I'm just like, Jesus. So my plan for December is I'm tagging 3 cruises together. To at least, because it was supposed to start as a 4-day cruise. So then I added a 3-day in front of it and a 3-day at the back of it. So at least that, instead of paying just $400, paying for the 4-day cruise and the flight, at least I'm kind of stretching out a little bit to make it worth it. But yeah, flights are up and stuck. And then it's like, if you want to add, because I like to book, I book the main cabin, so I don't book the basic economy in the sense of like, I'd like to book a refundable ticket. So I like to book a ticket that if I need to cancel, or not even that, like if I need to change my plan. So I'm the kind of person that I might book one cruise and then I see opportunity to add another cruise on the back or in the front of it. Particularly if you all are following, I know a lot of you are like federal workers. It looks like the shutdown may be averted, but they're pushing the resolution until December, possibly. I think that's the vote right now. It went to the Senate where they're going to push the continuing bill to December 4th. So if you pass this, if you're a federal worker, the new target instead of the end of the fiscal year being the end of September, and we possibly have a shutdown then, December 4th might be the continuing resolution, and that might actually be when a shutdown can happen. So I got some cruises planned around that time, because if I gotta be shut down, I'll be shut down on a ship and not shut down at home. But Yellow said, is it worth it? And then the funny part about it is, you think that you're saving money, but what they do is, well, you are saving some money. I think so. But what frustrates me is, then the East Coast cruises are now, it feels like they almost roll in the cost of a flight into those East Coast cruises. So it's kind of like cruise out of Baltimore on an old ship, and it's like, why are you more expensive than a 7-day cruise out of Miami? And I think it's because they know that people are trying to save money on the flight, so they kind of like, they know we'll pay it. So my goal, honestly, YOLO, is, I think because Carnival is rolling out those 3 new ships on the East Coast, I think for the end of this year, I'm going to work Carnival's casino to hopefully get some deals that will get me on some of the newer ships, East Coast newer ships. So at least I'll get a deal to I can drive to. That's the strategy in my head. We'll see how it works. Let's see. Tia Bia says East Coast has old ships and long cruises, and that's why I haven't been on those cruises yet. I can Uber to Norfolk. Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Like, I mean, Norfolk doesn't have this problem, but I know, like, for the issue of Baltimore is that it only can, I get certain size ships can come in and out of Baltimore. Now New York and who is it? New York. And even though I haven't seen like a super mega ship in New York, I've seen it in Bayonne. It had Oasis of the Seas. But in New York, I feel like Venezia is probably the biggest ship I've seen. I know I've seen a Disney ship. Prima has been out of New York. But still those are a little newer. But yeah, you're going to get an older ship out of Baltimore. New York, you get better options. But the thing that's going to kill you there is the parking, unless you Amtrak up. And then I heard Norfolk is too a little complicated to navigate. I mean, you could Uber, but I heard like Norfolk's parking garage can be a little shady. and I heard a little complicated, but I haven't sailed out of Norfolk to confirm or deny that yet. If anybody knows, let me know. No, YOLO Murph, my bad. I read YOLO. You know, you read the messages and you can't remember what you're talking about. And YOLO was like, do you never mind. Like, do you know what it's like to have to go but can't? And I was like, what are we talking about? So then I had to put the pieces together. She was commenting. YOLO says my trip in August is epic travel goals. Thank you. Yes, Anna Q. She says, I caught a live. Very rare because Mondays are insane. Well, I'm happy you are here. Yeah, I picked the most random day to do a live stream. When I first started live streaming, I feel like all the days were taken. They were all taken. They still are pretty taken. And so yeah, I had to like pick a day, and there was one big channel that was kind of dropping on Mondays, but they weren't live streaming, I don't believe, on Mondays. So I kind of slid in with the Monday meetup. And if you are old school, you knew I would kind of rotate between either doing a premiere or doing a live stream. And then we just stuck to doing weekly live streams. Jesus. Some days I kick myself because I'm like, Monday be Monday, and to come in here and have to talk to folks, not have to, but it's like some days I'm like, I just want to come home and sit down. But we got channel goals, and we got to share with people all your travels. Tia B, she said she had Prosecco yesterday. So part of my like this fitness situation I'm trying to get on, because I'm basically on a 30-day countdown to my next trip, which is land-based. It's funny, it's land-based. There is a cruise type situation involved in it. But my goal is to I want to trim down a little bit before actually like travel season picks up again, because I'm gone for 2 weeks around Labor Day, gone for 2 weeks in October, gone for a week in December. So things are cranking up, and when you get on that travel cruise diet food situation, so I'm trying to slim down now before things crank up for the fall. Ruby's baby, hey, says I'm still here, still exhausted from 5.0. Oh, cool. You were on Melanin at Sea 5.0. I was locked into all the stories and all the pictures. Shout out to your favorite couple. They were like creating all the the Instagram posts, the reels, and who else was it? Is her name D? That's why you don't call people's names. But between like YFC and she from Delaware. Old people problems. I think hers D. I know her name, but it's just not. Between them two, I was feel like I was right there. And of course, the Grays with all their wonderful pictures. So it was good to see y'all on the first Royal Caribbean Melanin at Sea. And then the epic takeover of the Royal Beach Club. So it sounded like you're still exhausted. It sounded like you had a time. Let's see. Anna Q says, I thought you could cash the jewels in. Okay, good to know. I don't know. I was watching a replay and I saw people give me jewels. Like it was T from Venturas gave me. Did I get another one? Oh, Drew gave me 250 jewels saying laughing disco. I feel like I need a pop lock for some reason. I gotta research what the jewels mean. But for some reason, StreamYard wasn't pushing jewels through. Like it pushes super chats through, but not the jewels. So good to see this coming through today. On the go, y'all. So she is hydrating with Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah, I'm doing Prosecco. Oh, I got off tangent because I figure like less sugar than my wine. I probably need to do like a 30-day no alcohol. We shall see. Anna Q says I would probably really trim if I did like a 30-day no alcohol. I mean, I could probably do like August 1st to the 27th before I travel. Give that a try. We'll see. Anna Q says Caribana was my first time experiencing Toronto and I loved it. Cool. Yellow says Canada has a winter festival I want to do. Let's shout out Canada, getting shout outs in the chat. Yeah, Caribana. I caught the Megabus to Caribana in 2013, and I did the whole like playing Moss thing. Had the feathers, everything. We did the stage. We competed. that was all fun. And then like once we got out of the stage area and hooked the right into like where the fencing came down, and I wasn't ready for like, I knew like, you know, I feel like Carnival in islands, they actually like everybody's dressed up. Like the women, the men are dressed up, and everybody, you know, dance with each other. It was just like random dudes in Timberlands and white beaters popping out, like trying to, you know, wind on you. And I'm like, so after we crossed the stage, I went home. I mean, not home. I went back to the hotel because I was just like, I need to go to an actual carnival where they like, you know, everybody is actually playing Moss and not trying to get free fills. So, TBS says, yeah, I take Breeze Airways and Allegiant all the time. How do you like Breeze? Anna Q says she liked Breeze, took it from CMH to ORF. What is CMH? ORF is ORF. What is ORF? Is that Chicago? I don't know what CMH is. But I know they have limited routes, but it looks like from this area, from DC, I can go from Dulles to Orlando at least, which will kind of scratch my itch for cheap Disney, like a quick Disney trip. And if I need to go to Port Canaveral, not on a cruise that I don't mind missing. But good to know it's a decent experience. Is it kind of like that whole pay for everything model, like travel with the book bag and pay for everything, or like what's the onboard experience like? Yeah, YOLO says those don't exist no more. And that's what scared me, because I literally was like, one, I'm an educator, education's my background. Two, I was on a school board here and heard one too many stories. Literally, one of my schools had a situation where like somebody sent their auntie up to the school for a kid, went around the corner, the retaliation happened, and that auntie ended up unalived. So whenever I see them start doing that whole rushing thing, I'm like, because basically it's like safer for them to fight in school than it is to fight in the community. And so I was just kind of like, let me just get the popo on the main line. And it's not like that anymore, where it's just like meet at the monkey bars, we gonna square off 1-on-1, and whoever wants. Yep. I was doing a mentorship program, and the little girl was just like, she was like, people don't lose fights anymore. She was like, if you win a fight, literally, she was just like, you're going to either get jumped, somebody's going to escalate, try to bring a weapon to the situation. So I was like, I'm going to be the nosy neighbor, because I'd rather somebody's child come home tonight than the opposite. So let's see. Triple Up James says Canada's Wonderland is the most attended theme park in the continent that's open seasonally. It used to be a Paramount movie themed. Okay, I gotta look at your vlogs for that. This is our first time hearing about Canada Wonderland. And then a seasonal amusement park. Wow. And that too, like I literally, one of my best friends throughout high school, we never fist fought, but we beefed real hard in middle school. We were like beef real hard in middle school, went to high school, ended up on a cheerleading squad together. And her mama used to always give me rides home while my mama was working. Like we became like best friends to like this day. But yeah, it's you don't, the beefs keep going. Then you can't tell which beef is like, was it a beef over a basketball game in the community center, or literally like I live between a couple streets, like 2 blocks over is a whole nother territory. So that's like 21st Street versus over here on 16th. That's a whole nother thing. So I was just like, listen, I'm gonna do my neighborly duties. And the Q says, oh, you got a snitch label. Listen, I will take snitch over somebody's child not going home tonight. And yeah, I'll just have to. I didn't point at no kids. I didn't say who was who. Honestly, I didn't even see who, what, where. I could see it was a scuffle, and I got my butt in this house, and I called the popo because it was like 40 kids outside, and and there was like some cars parked on the street. I didn't know who was on dip in what book, but So I'll be the snitch if that means my baby came home tonight. Absolutely. It's Giving Basis. Listen, you're better off calling the fuzz and doing nothing, and Shamari Stone is in your neighborhood, because the Fox 5 will be here in a minute. I think the news don't even come over here no more because they tired of the same story. We literally just had an issue on 16th Street. Can't say what it was, but like, yeah, it was a body on 16th 2 weeks ago. So sorry, y'all. We talking about urban cruising. Kristen says she has a nickname for her neighborhood watch because I stay peeking. Oh, I got the nickname neighborhood watch because I stay peeking out the blinds. And if it's dark, I turn the lights off so they can't see me. Same. Listen, between me and the neighbor on the end, ain't nothing. One of my neighbors was like, I know this X, Y, and Z. Yep. You gotta have your head on a swivel. You gotta have your head on a swivel. Yep. Ain't nobody send me and call Ricky tonight. Go home. Go home. Take that somewhere else. Yellow says, I need the link for the fan. You know what? I need to get back on Amazon affiliate program gave me the boot because I didn't sell anything. Because it was just too many steps to like add the affiliate stuff. I gotta see if they'll let me add it back in the program or what. But they literally sent me an email like a week ago saying like, you have been disqualified. So maybe I'll give the affiliate program a try another time. But it's just like, it's a lot to keep up with, like creating the content, booking the cruises, having a personal life, washing and folding my clothes, packing for the next trip. Jesus. So yeah, but I do need to get a link because people have been asking me like, it's so funny. You'll have a video from like a couple of years ago, and literally somebody was like, "What's the brand of that? What is it? Electric thing that you were using?" And I'm like, I don't know. So I need to probably getting the link back up. I know who it is now. What up, P? And it was hilarious that we were like in the same neighborhood on Saturday and I didn't even see you. So that's hilarious. So Traveler P says, what's good? See you in chat. Hey P, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Jada's World, speaking of Venezia, is leaving on Thursday, which I like those Thursday cruise itineraries. Particularly give me a cute little 4-day cruise. I think they need to do that more of that. Do the whole leave on Thursday, come back, what is that? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come back like Sunday or Monday. I like those itineraries. They're hard to find though. But I'm guessing are you doing an 8-day cruise on Venezia? It's just Jay Renee is in the building saying, hey Carlene, good evening. Hey, did you hear that they're shutting down Castagelical Ball? Sadness. I thought they had until September. They closing that show down in August. Lanice Bud is in the building saying, hey, see in chat. Hey, happy Monday. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Gina says, this is my second time a casino deal out of NYC and it's a plus. Yes, you don't have to drive. Absolutely. In Gina's World, I posted a group in the not Monday meetup. I don't know if you have joined the Couch Cruisers yet. I have a Facebook community, Couch Cruisers, where we talk about cruise ships, whatever you want to talk about cruise related, the latest news, etc. About 222 folks are there now. So I think I will go about 500 folks before the end of the year. That'll be cool. Just chatting about new ships, new to you ships, etc. But I posted a question in the Couch Cruisers group related to how many points do you need on Carnival to start getting good cruise deals? And Gina's World says she stopped worrying about the points and just playing for the fun. Which I'm like, I feel like when you have that like good energy about it, it definitely brings on the more points. It definitely feels like when I am working for points, like okay, I want this amount of points. It feels like those points don't come. Versus like when I just sat down and would just play for the fun of it, points coming out the wazoo. So Gina's World just plays and gets what she gets. And I love it. I love it. And it seems like it pays off because you got a casino deal. So that's my goal. I've already been on Venezia, but I would like to play Carnival Casino when I go on my Carnival cruises in the fall. And then hopefully by that time I start getting deals, they'll start having some deals on Firenze, which I have not been on yet. Since I think it's on the East Coast it's still on the West Coast, or did it come down to Port Canaveral yet? Yellow says, we like a casino deal. That's why I booked. Absolutely. I have not had any major casino deals on Carnival yet. I just booked a casino deal today on Royal Caribbean. It's an old ship, 3-day cruise to kind of extend a 4-day cruise situation. But I have not got good deals on Carnival for casinos. I've booked some people on really good Carnival casino deals, which I was like, ooh, free drinks around the ship, or not free drinks, but drinks around the ship, nice price, that kind of thing. But I haven't so far. The only thing I've gotten for Carnival was $100, like lower deposit. So I got like $100 deposit on a couple of upcoming cruises. So that was helpful. But now I'm looking for those like deeply discounted $1,000 on Festival. Like I think I booked somebody. I think was $1,000. I booked somebody on Festival for like $1,000 for, was it a 6-day cruise, something like that. So the deals are out there, y'all. We got to get them. Let's see. Adventures. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm saying that. Adventures by Andrea says she is taking Virgin Voyages out of NYC in October, and then NYC to Puerto Rico. NYC to Puerto. Oh, so you're doing the 12-day cruise. Cool. Nice. That is. I wonder the stops, because you got a long way for 12 days from here to Puerto Rico. Let's see. Anna Q says, just because I'm originally from Norfolk, I will leave my car there. I've heard people come back from Norfolk Cruise Port is like, where's my window? And then it used to be Charleston was they came back and their car was flooded because magically over the time of the cruise, like they got a lot of rain. So that's just what I heard though. I haven't experienced it yet. But my thing is, when I do go to Norfolk, I probably will be experiencing like, because I'll be parking, because Norfolk is only like 3 hours from the DC area. And I definitely want to get on Freedom whenever it comes to Norfolk. Let's see. Lita Shay is in the building saying, hi, everyone. Hey, Lita Shay, thanks for being here. Cheryl says, I sailed out of Norfolk in October 2022 on the Magic. There was an off-site shuttle to a parking lot when we went. So, and don't they have, because I thought that there was I feel like whenever I see those vlogs, isn't there a parking garage attached? But then I also heard like there's an off-site shuttle spot, and then that's kind of where the issues happen. I don't know. This is how rumors start, Carlene. Speculation. Yolo says she is getting her steps on and she's finally seeing results on the scale. Yeah, my results actually came out of nowhere. Like I told y'all I had pneumonia a while back. And literally when I went in, the doctor, shout out to the nurse. This is why you need melanated nurses and doctors, because she was like, you sick? But she said, well, you're down. She said, the good news is you're down 6 pounds. And I was like, ma'am, I'm coughing up a lung. But I also need to hear that encouragement. They're like, oh, okay, I lost 6 pounds. So yeah. Anna Q says, slim down. If I had your physique, y'all would be sick of me. I be doing the chunk checks and everything. Can't leave the cupcakes alone. Oh, girl, listen. Eat your cupcake and be happy. As long as you got heart health, that's all you need. Keep the sugars down. That's my worry. I like salt and sugar. I gotta monitor it. But yeah, child, as long as you are, that heart is pumping right, you're in good shape mentally, the physique don't matter. Anna Q says, I didn't realize the Megabus went to Canada. At least in 2013 it did. So I had a true Gemini spontaneous moment. And I had just purchased my home in May 2013. So it was like, I was itching for a trip, being a new homeowner, couldn't afford it. And on a whim, like me and my homegirl, like a week before, we were like, let's go to Carabana. So of course, when we looked it up, the plane tickets were like high, like looked like you were going out looked like you were going out the country. Looked like you were going overseas high. So I was like, well, there's a Megabus, and there was definitely a round trip Megabus DC to Toronto on Megabus. I can't remember what the price was, but it was substantially lower than those dang on flights. And going wasn't bad, because literally me and my homegirl, we went to work that morning of. I literally downloaded, I was watching The Wire, so I downloaded on my iPad The Wire. And going up, it was fine. We had like all these stops, for rest breaks, etc. when you stop in Canada, you got to go clear, the border or whatever. But coming back, I didn't know if that driver had somewhere to be or had to go to the bathroom or what. They stopped one time. So we went from 4 stops to 1 stop. And literally, like, because we were caravanning, I won't elaborate. We literally got on that bus like with 5 minutes to spare before the bus pulled off. So we didn't have any water. We didn't have any snacks. And we were just like, oh, yeah, the bus stopped 11 times on our way up. It was almost to the point that we were like, dang, you can't even sleep because the bus is stopping so many times. To like making 1 stop in probably somewhere in Philadelphia on the way back. We were so parched. It was ridiculous. I'm guessing Anacute. Oh, that's okay. That's the Breeze airline route. Gotcha. Yoa D says, I like cruising from Baltimore, but I don't like the old ships. Yeah. And I've done so far out of Baltimore, I've done 3 ships. I've done Carnival Pride, which Carnival Pride was what got me into this whole like YouTube, like YouTube and cruises. Because literally I was sitting on my couch and I don't know what I was watching, why I was watching YouTube, but I was, or no, I wasn't. I was sitting on my couch. This is during the pandemic. So it's like 2021-ish. I can't remember, 2021, 2022. And I think like a cruise YouTube like video came up and it was just kind of like, well, let me see on my phone, like what a Carnival cruise would be like. Like I've already did a couple, but I was kind of like, I just got like an impulse. Like, let me just look at my phone. It was $130 interior on a 7 or 8 day cruise on Carnival Pride. So I was just kind of like, absolutely. But it definitely was an older ship. The thing that and it wasn't as packed because it's during the pandemic. So it was very quiet. The thing that kind of kept us going was there was a really, really good band in a Red Frog rum bar. So every night, like that's probably where like half the ship went. So it ended up being like, all right, I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. But Carnival Pride was not my favorite ship. I appreciated Carnival Legend. For some reason, even though Pride and Legend are sister ships, Legend felt like it had more of the newer spaces on board. And then the third ship that I did was Royal Caribbean's Enchantment of the Seas. And that ship, same. Only thing I had was I would go to Boleros every night and watch the same 2 couples dance. But it's only $130 small dollars to park for the week, so it ain't that bad. I mean, well, it ain't that bad. I mean, if you want to get a cruise out of your system, you'll make it work. But it's definitely just it's different. I can't lay my finger on it. It's different. Tia Bia says Breeze is fine. It is like a pay everything model. Okay. But I travel with a family book bag these days. They ain't getting extra out of me if I'm only going to be gone for a few days. Okay. So it's like a Spirit model. Okay. Because I will say, I confess, I did not appreciate Spirit Airlines until she was gone. And then I was like, dang, what do you mean I can't just like pack 2 days worth of clothes and get on a flight for like $49 out of Orlando? And then I love like that whole thing where you could like just go up to the counter. Cause that was another thing. Like if I had a cruise coming up, I would fly in early, go stand at the Spirit counter, give me a ticket for whatever I was planning on doing. And I think when Spirit shut down, they had like $200 worth of credit for me. Like they took some of my money with them because I definitely didn't have some unbooked credits with them. So yeah, I definitely did not appreciate them while they were here. So I'll give Breeze out of Dallas a try. Anna Q says, unfortunately, I need to lose weight before flying Allegiant. I have an airport 5 minutes away from me. It's a smaller airport that services Allegiant. Sorry, is Allegiant smaller planes? TB says, I'm not the biggest fan of Frontier, but I'll be taking that on the Epcot trip. Okay, Southwest straight flight down and Frontier straight flight back. Now, Frontier is one that I don't know if I'm ready and willing to try. I think I would try Breeze before I try Frontier. I don't know what it's about Frontier. Frontier makes me nervous. I feel like I'm gonna book that flight and just not get there. Not like for safety reasons, but like I feel like they want to drop me off in like Alabama and be like, walk to walk to Disney. I don't know. It's somehow, I don't know. I had a coworker who did like a day trip to, which I want to do one day. Did a day trip to Disney. Like literally they flew out in the morning, went to on Frontier, went to Disney World, and then flew back home like at 9 o'clock that night. And they were just like, it was pretty much bare bones. The seats were a little hard. I don't even know where I can catch Allegiant from, but I'll put Breeze on my radar. I'll put Breeze, and I like Dulles. At least I know I can. Dulles has some cheap parking, so for a quick trip, I would do Dulles. So we'll see. Lisa T says, I am so ready for October. I am so ready too. So if y'all haven't heard, October, I am hosting a group of we're up to like 12-ish folks. Maybe a couple more might be joining us. And we are doing Epcot Food and Wine Festival, but we're doing like a whole Disney adult weekend over the long holiday weekend. So we are going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. Some of us are flying in early and doing some resort hopping. And then we're doing Epcot Food and Wine Festival that Saturday. So if you're interested in joining us, hit me up. It's basically a pay your own way. There is a registration fee just so I can gift you a shirt, and I can host a meet and greet, like a nice, little kind of cocktail-y reception. But it's literally, you can book your own flight, you can book your own hotel, and then just, meet us. So it's a true meet and greet. And I'll put up the information for that a little later in the chat. Actually, let's do it since we're chatting about it. I'll show you now. Let's see. Let me update my slides. So this is what we're talking about. So the Good Gov Getaway is over the Columbus Indigenous Peoples Day-ish holiday weekend, October 9th to 11th, 2026. You can scan that, or you can email me at cawc@gmail.com. But literally, you pay the $30 registration fee. I will send you the itinerary, which gives you the day-by-day, play-by-play. But basically, it covers your t-shirt, and it covers our meet and greet reception. And then you get the details. We have a host hotel. There are a couple people who are staying on property. So yeah, if you want to join us, and a few people in the chat will be there. So that's that information. All right, done with the commercial break. Let's see. TB says, girl, you got to. Flights are expensive these days. I'm saving money at all costs. Yeah. Because literally I was pricing out my December. I have my December cruises are in early December, like before the holiday rush. And usually before the holiday rush, I can get down to Miami for like $220, $230. Well, essentially for main cabin, basically the refundable ticket is $436 that I saw. I have like an $88 credit, so that's going to help some, but so I think you were responding to, like I basically tagged 3 cruises on at the beginning of December to make that flight worth it. Folks, speaking of Paul, folks are asking Gina if she's selling to Canada or Bermuda. She's heading to Bermuda. Cool. Travel with Peace says, I'm actually in NYC now, going to see Cats tomorrow. Didn't plan to go this soon, but it's leaving this weekend, so here I am. Wait, are they making it even more short? I heard it was August 8th, but are they wrapping it up even more? I felt like, I don't know. I feel like that show, I hope they bring it on the road or something. I felt like it was underappreciated. And like there was a couple to the right of me who end up getting up and leaving, but it's kind of like if you have to have at least some like preliminary understanding of ballroom culture to know what's going on, or if you're with a couple to the left of me who just really like Cats. But for me, I felt like it made Cats make sense because I saw the original Cats on Oasis of the Seas, and I was kind of like, I don't understand what's happening. Watch Cats Jellicle Ball, I'm like, this makes perfect sense. These are people. So I don't know. And then so I'm sad that it's leaving. I hope they put it on the road though. Bring it to DC. We'll see it multiple times. Gina's World says, just have fun in the casino. The points will come. The points will come. All right. I trust you, Gina. I brought my little $200 that last cruise, and it was like, here's 50 points. I was like, Yellow says the best strategy is if you like to play, just play. Now this one is through the roof. Adventures by Andrea says, how many casino points are needed for Virgin Voyages? Virgin's casino program is like, they don't want people to come on for, they don't want to offer casino comps. Their casino comps are more for the poker players, who are like playing Vegas poker, like the $10,000 guys and gals who sit at the table. I think now what Virgin will do though is if you get good offers off of another cruise ship, so if you get really good Royal Caribbean offers, Carnival offers, etc., they have a form that you can fill out that's online, and you can say like, you give them proof, here's my casino play from another cruise line. I think they might honor on land-based casino too, I don't know, but you show them proof of your status. Or maybe that's Princess also has a form you can fill out online. You basically show like what's your status is for casino play, and they'll say like they can match it. Now Virgin Voyages after my little Royal Caribbean Prime, they said like, oh, it takes 48 hours to get back with you, and literally by the end of that day they were like, yeah girl, we don't got nothing for you. So Virgin is kind of like up there in regards to points needed. And I don't know why like 8,500 is in my head. I'm possibly making that up, but it's something high before they start acknowledging. I think you're better off, like if you are a poker player, that be your way into Virgin's casino. Excuse me, I got stuffy. On the Go with Yellow says, I will book a side to side any day to max my flight costs. Definitely make those cruises, or make that plane ticket max out. Phil and D's Travel Spree in the building. Say hey, Carlene chat. Hello, Phil and D's Travel Spree. Thanks for being here. Good to see y'all in here. Phil and D have been shooting through the roof in regards to their channel productivity, and for some pretty funny reels and what is it? Reels and shorts that they've been kicking out. So shout out to y'all. Keep up the good work. On the Go Yellow says, I like sugar, which is booze. Adventures by Andrea, her cruise out of Virgin Voyages is heading to New York to Puerto Rico, is going to Bermuda overnight. Overnight in Bermuda. Oh wait, that's okay. I was gonna say overnight in Bermuda, but yeah, that's gonna be how our Norwegian cruise is. Bimini, then down to St. Croix, St. Martin, Tortola, and then Puerto Rico. Nice. And see, that's healthy right there, Anna Q. She says everything else is in normal limits. On the Go Yellow says Enchantment is more mature. If you want to relax and spend time at casino, she's a good one. Yes. And I remember definitely like Enchantment when I was on that one. I remember an older black lady. She looked over at my machine. She was like, "Oh, you don't got no points." So that's when I started like learning about this whole, like, it was her and there's another lady on Oasis about that, like, I need to get points. But yeah, particularly Enchantment is a more mature crowd. When it was up here in DC, now we have, or Baltimore, we have Vision of the Seas now. Now I will say, if you are an older individual, like a lot of people on there, they basically, like a few couples, they go on there like once or twice a month almost. So there is also like a little bit of a community on some of those ships, because those people are retired. They'll just decide to go hop on the ships, and like a few of them people like knew each other, like, hey Bob, I'll see you in a couple weeks. So I will say that is something about like the Baltimore cruises. It seems like more people kind of know each other. But you will get an older ship. Anna Q says is it Frontier or Allegiant? The Allegiant seats are tiny. Cause see, I already don't like to fly, and I need to be as comfortable as possible. But I think I'm gonna give Breeze a good solid try at some point. Jada's World says somebody slow singing and flower bringing. She gone. Spirit work for my flights to Charlotte, where I frequent, because American is crazy now. American Airlines is through the $436 again. $436 from DC to Miami. That's a 2-hour and 30-minute flight. A lot of people said Spirit was what kind of kept the market from inflating. So now, because there's no true budget carrier, a lot of airlines have like went up in price. Like, it's bad when Delta is back in the chat for me, because yeah, Delta used to be through the roof, and then Spirit left, everybody's prices went up, and now, like, it used to always be American from DC to Miami, DC to Orlando. And then when Spirit left, now Delta has kind of crept back up in the DC market. It's weird. Anna Q says I'm sorry. Gateway Code says Spirit is highly missed. Flight prices haven't been the same since they shut down. And then JetBlue keeps saying that they're going to kind of do it, but like, JetBlue's on time rate has just been trash. It's just been trash lately. Anna Q says I didn't like Frontier. On Getaway Code says on a short flight, it doesn't matter the flight company as long as I'm there safely and on time. Gotcha. Anna Q said Allegiant is in the small regional airports. Oh, Jesus. I remember one time I was landing in Tallahassee, which is a regional airport. I remember, not one time, I remember exact time. My friends are getting married. So this has been like 20, they hit their 15 wedding anniversary. They've been married a long time. Literally was flying in for their wedding, and the plane went to go land, and somehow the plane, I guess we hit wind shear, and I just saw us look at the airport for a second, and then the pilot straightened us out. Them small planes are for the birds, and those regional airports are for the birds. I remember when Tallahassee started getting like at least like the longer Embraer jets in, but oh my gosh, when I was down there from 06 to 08, we were on the tiny like 40, 50 seaters. Whew, Jesus. So yeah. Shout out to all y'all who live by the small airports. Y'all be doing the Lord's work to travel, Jesus. Anna Q says, so you're always going to have a cruise for October, right? If so, I will keep this in mind. You know what? I haven't picked a date to like for the Good Gov getaway. I haven't picked a date. I've been trying to like surround it by like government holidays. So like Labor Day, Columbus Day, maybe move it to Veterans Day, like try to use the holidays. So I don't know if I'm always having it in October. I do know, because I had it, my first Good Gov getaway was Labor Day on Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. That was a smaller, I'm still a small channel, but I think, I'm not sure if that Labor Day holiday just wasn't good, or I didn't get the word out enough. When I announced a Good Gov getaway for October 2027, it seemed like more people got down with the Columbus Day holiday. And I mean, and it was also $50 deposits. It still is $50 deposits. So more people were kind of like jumping on that one. I've started thinking about like what 2028 will be. So I don't know if I should stick to October or I still keep rotating the holidays. Like, I don't know if I should make it something predictable or if I should try to like rotate holidays and hope that people can make it. But I also know a lot of times like around holidays, the flights are more expensive. So I got to kind of be like strategic about it. I also know like, I think the good thing with Columbus Day is not everybody gets it off. So sometimes it doesn't spike as bad as like, for instance, like a Labor Day. So I don't know. I mean, I got to pray on it. But I also like October cruises because usually it's not super crazy. You get a decent price. So I got to think about it. Let's see. Gina's World is saying, on the go with Yellow says she loves cats. Gina's World says, I heard Cats that the previous and thought about the previous play, the old school Cats. No, they did a what is it called? Oh, when I saw you actually, Gina's World in New York. That was the one I was seeing when I met up with y'all at Dallas BBQs. So they did like a ballroom kind of like LGBTQ spin on Cats called Cats Angelical Ball. And it was, if you're a fan of Pose, if you're a fan of Legendary that was on HBO, like it's all that plus some of their I don't want to say they're not characters, people from those shows were in Cats are in Cats Angelical Ball. Like Laomi, oh my god, I screamed my head off when she was on stage when I finally spotted her. But yeah, they're taking it off of Broadway and it was supposed to go until like January. of next year. And then all of a sudden, apparently Broadway can be really finicky. I heard this week, what is it, Joe something, the one that Taraji P. Henson and Cedric Entertainer in. That one's ending, I think, this weekend. So shout out to all the Broadway. I like the good Broadway people, people who love the theater. On the Go Yellow says, that's how I was able to cruise on Star Princess. They matched my Royal Caribbean play. So FYI, Princess will match your status on for other cruise lines. And it's basically a form. Phil says he made Prime and Emerald on his last Royal Caribbean sailing. Nice. You made Prime on a 3-day cruise? Were you already working towards it? Because what I learned was like try to get Prime in like one sailing so that you can max out on like getting the 2, because you want the deals for 2 people. Because if you start playing low, like I started getting deals for like 1 person. One was the BOGO, one and the other person pay full price or something like that. And then actually last week I had one slip through with the interior for 2. And I jumped on it and booked. But yeah, if your play goes down, like you start getting the crappy deals. So I think my strategy, it flips me a lot of money. My strategy when we try to like get Prime in one cruise, one sitting. We'll see how that goes. But congrats. How many sailings did it take you to hit Prime? Or did you knock it out in one, Phil? Big Murph asks, Yolo, did you play in Princess's Casino? I'm gonna answer that question. Yes, she did. I don't know for sure, but I feel like yes. Kristen says, Phil and D play too much. I've been loving the content. I literally was like, yo, who? I know PJ be writing the scripts in his crayons. Like, some of the stuff they come up with is just like, what? What did I just see? Like, Phil, the last one that y'all did, and D and PJ and Baby. The last one I saw, and I was just like, I have not seen nothing this disturbing since 2 Girls, 1 Cup. And I barely watched all of that. Big Murph, yes, much congratulations are much needed and well-deserved to Phil and D. They are they hit a stride, like 12,000-ish. Are y'all 12,000 subs? I lost track. And the videos are like 1,000. They're hitting it. They are hitting it. So shout out to Phil and D. Keep up the good work. Janice Rose says, I've been on a couple of comp cruises on Virgin Voyages with my sisters, and they are the original low rollers. Okay. And actually somebody I know, I was at a family cookout. Her wife actually just got offered. They got a free cruise for the casino while they were on Resilient Lady. I didn't ask how much she played, like how much, but she was like, yeah, she came back to the cabin, was like, we got a free cruise. So they're going on Resilient with the casino offer on Virgin. But I just feel like them points don't be pointing on Virgin. But Virgin is still my highest I've ever got paid out. I got $832 on Virgin Voyager Scarlet Lady within like 3 spins. And I literally got it. And that was back when they were letting you play the casino with your free money, with your onboards, your sailor loot. I think they stopped letting people do that. But yeah, I hit my little 832 and got right on out of there. Anna Q says, I love the overnights. In fact, I don't want to cruise unless it has an overnight. Virgin has spoiled me. Well, if you like an overnight stop, we have the cruise for you. Join us on the Good Gov. Getaway deposits are $50. Yes, that's right, $50. 2027, which is October 7th through the 12th, so you don't have to use too much of your PTO. We are cruising on Norwegian Luna out of NYC, so you can drive or take a short flight to Bermuda, and we stop overnight in Bermuda. So join us for that one. The prices are still ain't bad. I think I quoted somebody like $15.90 something for a solo. Hit me up. I'll give you the new pricing deets. But join us. We got a group of I feel like we're approaching almost 30 people who've deposited. So should be a good group. And looking forward to seeing all of y'all who want to be on it in here. On and Go Yellow says, don't say that I'm on JetBlue in October. Listen, the girl JetBlue does not have a good track record. And she hasn't had a good track record in a long time. So I'm hoping it works really well for you. But I just say be mindful of JetBlue. It rhymed. Didn't mean for it to. Phila D says, thanks for the shout out. Yeah, we've been wilding lately. As long as D approves, we keep posting. Well, good. There's been some laughs and there's been some gasps. I'm like, oh Jesus. But we all could relate. That's the thing. Because if y'all haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it. Was it y'all releasing on Friday? Phil D's new reel or short. I think it's on Instagram, it's on their Facebook, it's on their YouTube. Related to, I'll just start with how the cabin steward is kind of knocking the most inopportune times. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Because at one point I was like, do they have a camera in here? Because I felt like every time I had like a streak of cruises where it seemed like every time I was starting to get like I would change, somehow they would like be knocking on the door. And then it would be like that half a knock and you already in here. So check out their short or their reel and see if you can relate. Janice World says, I've been flying JetBlue since they started. I haven't had any real issues with them. When I did, customer service is on point. Good to know. Let's see. On and Go with YOLO says, I've had more drama on Delta lately than any others put together. Well, God dog. My next flights will be through Delta's network of planes. So keep me lifted. And I'm flying. It's gonna be a long flight, y'all. I'm flying for like almost 24 hours. Like I will be leaving DC on the 27th, and I'll get to my final destination on the 29th at 2:00 in the morning. So I'm gonna need all the compression socks, what is this stuff called? The vitamin C. I am really having word finding issues today. I cannot remember all my words. What's the orange things? I love those. Airborne. There we go. I'm gonna need my airborne, my compression socks, all the above, because we are flying. Let's see. It's just Shay Renee says, I haven't had issues on JetBlue. I'm thinking of using them for October. Cool, that's good. Maybe because New York has more flights on JetBlue, y'all's area. My mom, the last time we flew for a family trip, my mom had a delay on JetBlue. Now, it also could have been, it was summer. Was that summer? I feel like storms moved into Fort Lauderdale, so that kind of held things up too. And then my last time on JetBlue, I was flying to Boston for a conference, and I feel like we were a little delayed. So maybe y'all have a better track record because it's not a major hub out of DC, and maybe because y'all have more planes out of NYC. But I haven't flown them in a long time. So, but apparently they're talking like they want to. They're talking like they want to basically step in the gap for the Spirit market. So they've been buying up like the gates at, I believe they've been buying up or trying to get flight slots at Baltimore Airport heading down to Fort Lauderdale. And I think they're also covering like routes to San Juan, routes to Puerto Rico. So keep an eye on JetBlue. Who we got here? Hear me out with Tiff and Dre. Hey y'all, this is DMV in the house. Hey y'all, I have to subscribe to y'all's channel. Are y'all new here? Welcome in. DMV is definitely in the building. We were talking a lot about the DMV when I first started. The 2026. Hold on, let me say that again without burping. Get out my system. The 2026. Miss Melanin at Sea herself, Melina Mitchell, is in the building. Saying, hey, Melina, did I do it right? Let me wave. Congratulations. Much deserved. Lovely dress and beautiful woman and personality to match. So, Melina, if you haven't heard, once following Melina Mitchell was just crowned. Am I giving you the right last name, Melina? Let me stop saying it wrong. I could be saying the wrong last. I'd be giving people the wrong everything sometimes. But Melina basically gave Miss Melanesi last week. So she has much props deserved. Was beautiful doing it. And then I love the video that YFC posted. You had that down pat, your little circle wave and the walk. Yes. Well deserved, Melina. Congratulations, girl. Q Swanson is in the building. The official photographer for Life with Us TV is here, saying good evening, everyone. Good evening, Q. I started watching your what was it called? Like a video montage of y'all Celebrity Edge cruise. So good to see you in here. Big Murph says, I guess I need to buy my friend an extra meal for being able to use her buddy pass for my flights. Yes. Buy them extra Christmas Christmas gifts, extra everything. Because don't get taken off that buddy pass roster. Murph says my last trip was $140 round trip on American Airlines. And I told her she better not ever quit. Yeah, I did. I was able to do the buddy pass situation, or not buddy pass. Was an employee benefit last year with American Airlines. A few of us decided to pop down to Orlando to hang out with a friend, literally for like a 24-hour. We left DC one morning and came back. Now we were able to do it going down because the flights weren't full, but coming back, I ended up having to buy a flight on Southwest because we were flying back on a Sunday. So basically you fill in, what's it called? Non-rev flyers. So you fill in wherever seats are open, and there were no open seats coming back on that Sunday, but I was grateful. I just had to give her my name, my birthday, and they made that thing work. So yes, don't ever piss her off. Whatever she needs. Do we need a fund? Do we need to see some money so you can make sure that person stays A-okay? Because yes, you have won a jackpot. When I went to Ghana, one of our friends in our group, he literally was on the like non-rev list and ended up in business class. With flying back with 10 hours, flying back from Ghana back to, I think our connection flight was in NYC. So yeah, keep them. Cheaper to keep her, literally. Your sister Sanders says, hey, happy Monday. I'm late. No worries. You're here. Thanks for being here. No worries, YOLO. Let's see. YOLO says my next sailing is on Royal Caribbean. My next sailing is my only Royal Caribbean. Okay, I need to slow down. It's my only Royal Caribbean sailing my next sailing is my only Royal Caribbean sailing this calendar year. So I must get all my points. Yes, get those points so you don't lose it. And I was also playing around with like, okay, well, maybe if I don't hit Prime and then just get in like good deal range. What do y'all think about that? I mean, I won't get the free drinks in the casino, but I'm diamond on Royal Caribbean. So I would get, my 4 free drinks. And instead of like cranking all the money to get Prime, just play enough to get like in the good deal range, like the 400 points range. That's really not a good deal. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still learning. And I'm also debating if I want to switch gears for a bit instead of focusing on Royal points, focusing on Carnival points. Because I have more Carnival cruises lined up. And I'm like, instead of paying out of pocket for those, maybe they'll end up being casino cruise offers. So I'm debating if I want to stick to the Royal and switch gears so I can get deals on Carnival and hopefully get the ones that I was going to pay full price for covered. I'm trying to strategize. Phil D says it took 3 cruises to hit Prime. And yes, I am that internet old to know. 13,000. Excuse me. I did not mean to rob you of 1,000 subscribers. Phil and D Travel Spree hit 13,000 subscribers and are counting. They are on a roll. So make sure y'all subscribe if y'all haven't already. And the other content creators in the chat. I'm going to get in trouble because this is what happens when you start naming people. Make sure you follow On The Go with YOLO. Make sure you follow Big Murph's Life. I can't find him. Anybody else who want to shout out their channel in the chat, just put it in there. Follow them. All right, hear me out with Tiffany Dre says, This is my first solo cruise on Carnival Conquest. Any tips? Oh, your first solo cruise on Connie. Okay, I feel like I have some back questions. How social are you? And how adverse are you to loud noises? And final question, are you going on the 4-day or the 4-day midweek cruise, Monday through Friday? Or are you doing a Friday to Monday cruise? I got some follow-up questions I need to know. And I can give you the right tips. I think you're gonna be fine. It's not to scare you, but I just want more information. I'm gonna get back into the chat. Somebody remind me to can I start this? Somebody remind me to answer that question. Y'all, let's remind everybody to hit the like and thumbs up, everyone. Yes, please hit the like and thumbs up. It gets the information out to the chat. Chia B, okay, so maybe it was just me who had a shitty experience on JetBlue. Chia B says JetBlue treated me great out of Richmond. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So we'll keep JetBlue. We'll keep JetBlue in the runnings. Maybe I just need to give another try. I have not been on JetBlue. I was on my doctoral program and I was going to a conference and we were like an hour delayed getting out of DC. So that had to be, and I could finish our program in 2019. So somewhere between like 2017, 2018, that was the last time I flew JetBlue. So maybe I'm overdue. Maybe it's me, not you, not y'all, but like JetBlue. Anna Q says I'm on the Melanin at Sea Halloween cruise on Virgin October. Me too, girl. I'm excited to be back on Melanin at Sea. I have not done a Melanin at Sea cruise since, what was my last one? I can't remember. I'm probably not gonna. I know I did the Venezia one, but I had to do one after. Oh, Celebrity Edge to Alaska. That was 2024, July 2024. Did I miss 2025 for real? Or was it July 2025? What was on Celebrity Edge? Old people problems. I know I'm missing this July. I have a job now where we have this big meeting every July, so I won't be on any Melanin at Sea July cruises for a bit, at least while I have this job. But I'll be in the building and I'll have my actual cousins with me in October. So that should be fun. It'll be fun because it'll be a first time experience in Virgin Voyages and it'll be their first time sailing with Melanin at Sea. So I'm excited. Gina's World is in the chat, says Resilient Lady is my favorite because I won the most in that casino. Okay, Resilient being generous. After losing $100 on one machine, my next $100 I won the grand on Dragon Links. Well, cha-ching. And we got all the stars in the building. We got Life With Us TV in the building saying, hey, Steve, hey, chat. Hello, Life With Us TV. Thanks for being here. I have y'all's, it's not queued up yet, but I do want to watch. I saw y'all release y'all Celebrity Edge vlog. And so I want to watch that one. I haven't been able to like watch my little YouTubery as much as I could used to at work. Now they actually got me working. I used to do work, but my old job used to be able to like just let it run. And now I'm like, I got to focus. So yeah, I can't wait to see y'all's impression of Celebrity Alaska and all the things. Who else we got here? Gina's World says JFK is a JetBlue hub. So y'all probably have a better track record than DC because DC is like if the plane don't land on time, it's gonna mess up the schedule for the rest of the day. Q says United and Delta were trying to merge, but they won't approve it. Were they? I know American Airlines was trying to merge with, no, take that back. I know JetBlue and Spirit were trying to merge. And I thought that was a great idea. And that got blocked. And then Spirit was up high and dry. But I had not heard about United and Delta. I don't want that to, they don't need to have a baby at all. No. United is not one of my favorite airlines. Let's see. Phil and D says that JetBlue took over the whole Spirit wing at George Bush in Houston. So see, yep, JetBlue has positioned itself to be, but the issue is going to be the new Spirit without the Spirit prices, and that's the issue. So Breeze, girl, start pivoting. Because I think Breeze only has like maybe 5 airports that it flies into. But JetBlue is coming, but the issue is JetBlue is not going to give you that $39 flight like Spirit did. Yola says she don't care who merges, just lower the damn flights. Folks are speaking of life with SCV. Folks are congratulating Melina. Margaret Logan is in the building, one of the Melanin SC 5.0ers, saying good evening, everyone. Hello, Margaret Logan. How are you? Yes, Melina says, thank you, everyone. I love my cruising community. So supportive. Yes, it is good to have like a cruise community for sure. Like, again, I do a lot of things solo. I'm okay. I was the only child doing things by myself. But like to know that there's like, I might get on a ship and there's some people I know, or like how I'm looking forward to October. Like, oh, I want to see this person. I haven't seen this person since 2 years ago. Like that is actually recently, Facebook memories be bringing up all kind of stuff. Facebook memories reminded me like this time last year, I was on Carnival Conquest with Phil D, Raquel, your favorite couple, Melina. All the memories just like bubbled up, and it was kind of like we weren't really planning on all being on there, but like to have that was cool. That was really cool. So yep, I've got to definitely appreciate the Melanin at Sea community. Definitely appreciate the YouTube community, the cruise community. Y'all are some good, like really good people. Like I usually, sometimes I can be like, all right, that's good enough on the peopling. But like I really be on the ships like, okay, where are y'all? Like what lounge are y'all in? Like let's go sit. Let's go get a drink. Like, yeah. So let's see. Hear Me Out says, I'm new to your channel. This is my podcast channel I have with my co-host. Okay, cool. Well, cool. Good to know. I have to see what kind of podcasting content do you do? DQ, hello, Damien and Quanda are in the building. And where are y'all? Because I feel like I saw y'all in a Tesla driving across country. Or am I making that up? Let's see. Anna Q says Delta One back from Ghana. It was $8,000. So I booked Turkish first class for $3,000. Let me tell y'all something. I literally saw on Threads where somebody was like, if you can get the upgrade, do it. And I literally replied, like, not only is it just like, better travel experience, but like it can literally save your life with like the clotting and all that kind of stuff, the health issues that come out of flying. Like flying is hard on the body. But my favorite thing to do is I don't say never, but I don't think I've ever actually, I can't probably say never. I don't think I ever outright booked a first class flight. I usually book the main cabin ticket and then wait and see what upgrades I can get. So for instance, this 24 hours plus the flying that I'm about to do in August, I bought a regular main cabin ticket. And then my longest segment is 13 and a half hours. And so what I did was I've been monitoring my longest segment. And sure enough, I was able to bump myself up from main cabin to Delta Premium Select, which is not their Delta One. It's not their lie flat seat, but it's kind of like a business class seat. For that 13-hour flight for $400. So that's helpful. And I paid for my main cabin ticket using points. So upgraded flight experience for $400. And then when I come back, I'm gonna at least check. I can handle there's a 2-hour leg to Detroit. Then from Detroit to a layover, and then a 5-hour layover down to my destination. 5-hour flight to my destination. I can handle 2 hours from DC to Detroit and then the 5 hours from destination to layover city. But it's that 13 and a half hour flight that like I need to upgrade it. So I've upgraded it, found a deal on it for the upgrade on the Delta app. And then I'll monitor it on the Delta app while I'm gone. And then worst come to worst, I'll go up to the ticket counter and see if they have any, like if I can bump it up. Like right now I can bump it up for $200 to Delta to Comfort, which is basically more leg room, but I at least want to see if I can get that like more recline and Delta Select. So I would say like, if you want for sure to have your first class experience, definitely you're going to have to like book it, when you pay for it. But my strategy a lot of times is I book the regular ticket and I look for either the upgrade in the app or I'll go to the ticket counter and purchase the upgrade or see what my options are. So let me see. I didn't get to. I'm trying to make sure I didn't, but because I see they have one more question, so I want to. I knew they had a question about conquest, but I don't see the answers. I'll answer that question really quickly about conquest before getting to. Oh crap! Now I scrolled past it. Where is the one question? So there was a question about what do I think about Carnival Conquest as a solo cruiser, and I would say it's fine. I mean, technically, I did Carnival Conquest as a solo cruiser. It was just I knew about like 8 other people / couples on board. But I think overall, like Carnival is fine for cruising solo. The travelers on Carnival are very friendly, very talkative. I usually, here's the question. So this is my first solo cruise is on Carnival Conquest. Any tips? So I always say like, it depends on what kind of solo traveler you are. Like if you're a solo traveler who, needs to connect with other people, I always highly recommend go to the solo meetup on the first day, because that's when it's kind of like freshman year of college, freshman year of high school, particularly freshman year of college. Like you meet all your people on that first year, and then people kind of dwindle as the cruise goes on. So if you really want to connect with people, definitely go to that solo meetup on the first night. Make sure you get the contacts of the people you jive with, and go from there. But otherwise, like, I don't know, I just feel like Carnival has some friendly folks. Sometimes like my Royal Caribbean sailings when I'm on solo, it can be very quiet. Whereas my solo cruises on Carnival, usually I end up connecting with like a couple of people to like at least see them throughout the ship and wave, say hello. But other than that, I really don't have too many tips on Connie. I'm trying to think because it just felt like a regular cruise. I mean, just be prepared for if you were on a weekend sailing of Carnival Conquest and you were on like deck 8 or any of the long decks. I preferred deck 9. That was a half a deck because you didn't have a lot of traffic and a lot of people. When I was on deck 8, it was pretty noisy. You might want to bring like a fan. This is usually my cruise fan, but I use this on live streams to keep me cool. But like sometimes these can help drown out the hallway noise when you turn it up loud. I know I feel like I'm not offering a lot because like it's going to be your typical solo cruise experience with probably friendlier people. I find Carnival Conquest to feel like homecoming. It's going to be very chocolate, very black. The weekday cruises might be a little more like tamer and diverse, but usually your 3-day on a Carnival Conquest is going to be like, it's your upbeat cruise and everybody's like ready to mingle. So if you are a more quieter cruiser, I don't even remember like going on a Serenity deck or anything on Conquest. What the hell did I do when I was on that ship? I probably was creating content. I'm trying to think both of my sailings. Yeah. My first sailing on Conquest, it was a very black experience. Like everybody was tame, but it felt like going to HBCU homecoming. My second sailing on Carnival Conquest was all the stereotypes that Carnival Conquest was, except for like I didn't see anybody, like nobody was duking it out, but it was definitely like people were like turned, like the nightclub was turned, the hallways were turned. So yeah, and I'm trying to think like, did I even go to like the adults only area? Yeah, usually I have more tips, but I don't. Thanks for the question though, but I feel like you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But definitely my tip for everyone, if you want to connect to other solo travelers, it's always a solo meetup on the first day. Sometimes the solo meetups aren't hosted. I'm trying to think the last time I did a solo meetup on Carnival. I can't remember. But sometimes you have to do a little work. So sometimes people be sitting around and they won't introduce themselves. So you might have to say like, hey, are you here for the solo meetup? Which can be a little awkward, but I just overall find Carnival cruises to be friendly. So you usually end up with like a crew or 1 or 2 people to hang with. So you'll be great. YOLO's around people hit the like button. Oh wait, I went all the way back. Okay. I'm sorry. All right. So I went back to answer that question since I didn't see follow-up questions. Then we have another question is, how do you feel about Carnival's new reward program? Trash with a capital T. I was actually just texting Kristen this. So I finally sat down because I wasn't paying attention to the updates on Carnival's royalty or their rewards program, because in my head I hadn't been on Carnival cruise in a while. So now that I'm gearing up between October, December, and then a few Carnival cruises in 2027, I was like, let me pay attention to see like what the new rewards program is. And pretty much like because I was like, oh, should I start working I'm currently platinum. I believe I'll have the platinum for 2 more years, and then I'm going to go down to gold. However, I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll get because it seems like it's credit card heavy, which is, if you don't I personally don't want another credit card right now. So unless you want to do that route, it seems like you're not going to accumulate a lot of points from their reward program. But I was like, well, maybe I'll tough it out and try to get to platinum, because I'm going to be on their cruise line a bunch in the coming months. And I looked at the rewards for platinum, and that still wasn't worth it for me. It's like you almost have to be like diamond to make it appealing. So I think I won't be like chasing the rewards for Carnival. I think for me, I'll be more focused on Carnival's casino now. Which might be what they want us to do. I don't know. But yeah, it used to be, I was like so excited when I first got my little like priority boarding. I got my laundry and my bottle of water. Like I was okay with that. But then the issue of this new one is like, it's just the gold and platinum don't have any like significant differentiation that like makes you want to shoot for it, like go for it. So I think I'm going to work on, I know my goal personally is like Diamond Plus for Royal. And then start thinking about like what other cruise programs do I want to like focus on after hitting Diamond Plus on Royal. So that's kind of my strategy right now for cruising. Phil and D says Carnival points don't roll over or accumulate though, but they keep track. Gotcha. Let's see. YOLO says eat at the steakhouse for Carnival Conquest. Yeah, I think I was hearing from, was it Raquel's live stream with Murph, or somebody said, I think Carnival Conquest has like one of the better steakhouses in the fleet. For me, I'm just saying, I felt like Carnival steakhouses are redundant, but like, I feel like everything just tastes the same. But allegedly, like Carnival Conquest has like one of the better steakhouses in the Carnival cruise fleet. I'm very hard on steakhouses though on cruise ships, so but I will say that whole porch experience, not the porch, the Lawn Club Grill on Celebrity Reflection, I found that to be a really great steakhouse. And then I appreciated Hudson's on Norwegian Prima. So those were like the remarkable steakhouses to me. I feel like now if you see me in a steakhouse on Carnival, I'm probably socializing. Like I'm just there to be social and not necessarily like I want this experience. I know my next Carnival cruise, our family, we're doing the hibachi grill instead of the steakhouse. So that should be fun. Adventures by Andrea says, my cuz works for American Airlines. I flew to London to see Beyonce on an employee ticket from Charlotte last year, first class. Wow, game changer. And then when I looked at the price of that ticket, I'm trying to go to Athens in September. Yes, give your cousin all the great Christmas gifts, etc., because she deserves, or they deserve. Because that employee discount is no joke. Like, I'll be looking sometimes like, maybe can I squeeze in a part-time job to throw some suitcases on somebody's plane so I can get somebody's benefit. But it seems like DC only wants to do customer service jobs for airlines. And I'm like, you cannot. I feel like that customer service counter at airlines, that's for the saints. Like all them people are going straight to heaven, because I only can imagine the things they have to deal with on like bad weather days, bad flying days where there's glitches, all that kind of stuff. People be acting a fool. Did anybody ever watch when Southwest Airlines had the reality TV show? And people were usually like literally cussing them people out because their plane is broken. And I'm like, if y'all don't leave them people alone so that somebody gonna fix his plane, like, are we really like having a fit that your plane is broken? And like, no, like, wait it out. Get a hotel room. Like, let them fix the plane and come back another day. Dang, Melissa says Delta gave me lots of issues this past week. Oh Jesus, no. Oh Lord. All right, Delta. Like it's me and you in August. We'll see how it goes. All my connections are kind of like relatively short. Like I have an hour and a half connections pretty much my whole route. And then my home airport is DC, and we've been doing like a lot of ground stops due to VIP traffic. So we'll see what kind of flying day I get. Murr says Connie is about to take them through there. And listen, I don't even want to, because a piece of me wants to break the tie for Carnival Conquest, because literally I had a very mild sailing on Carnival not like mild, but like just a regular sailing on Carnival Conquest. It was just a whole lot of Black folks. Like it felt like a family reunion. It felt great. Had a very cool, calm, collective sailing on Carnival Conquest. My first time on Connie, and that was during spring break. To my second time on Carnival Conquest, I'm like, do y'all live in the hallway? Like, go home. So I don't. And it could have been me, because like I was in bed at 9 o'clock, and the 21-year-olds in my hallway were like, we're just getting our day started. So it was me, not them. But I feel like a piece of me needs to break the tie with Carnival Conquest, but a piece of me is also like, I don't have to get on Carnival Conquest again. Like 2 times is my max for a ship. I'll be getting on Carnival Mardi Gras for a 3rd time. I let my family convince me, just because I wanted to get with the family members who are going. But 3 times on a ship, that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, says, hear me out with Tiff and Dre says, I'm okay with some noise and doing a Monday through Friday sailing. Oh, you're going to be great. Monday through Friday sailing on Carnival Conquest. When did you say you're going, though? Are you going? You said October, right? You're not going. Are you going on a... I need to look back. Are you going on the summer? I should have kept that. Yeah, Monday through Friday sailings are a little calmer because there's less people. If you're going and it's not the summer, you didn't say. Okay. If you're going, it's not the summer, it's definitely gonna be quiet Monday through Friday, or relatively quiet. But Connie can be a little lit in the summertime. So yeah. But you'll be a-okay. Let's see. Anna Q says, am I on the 2027 Melon SC? No, I'm not on that one. The March one, I can't swing it. I don't think I can swing it unless a whole lot of PTO and a whole lot of more money come through. I won't be able to make the 2027. I actually gave up the 2027 one because when our family said they were getting on the October one. So I rotated the credits to October. So yeah, it doesn't look like. And wait, what do you mean? And the one in July, the one that was at the gym or something. I won't be on that one either. I can't do the July ones with my current job anymore. So we host a national meeting, so I got to be there in July. TB says, I haven't done mass cruise since Alaska. I'm waiting for a 4-day cruise with a weekend from LNSC. Hey, Danielle Golden, welcome in. Say hey, see in chat. Hello. Thank you, Murph. I appreciate that. So I answered their question about Carnival Conquest. Hopefully that was semi-helpful. I don't know. Because I feel like for Carnival, I just get on the and I'm sorry if that was a bad answer about solo cruising on Carnival. It's because as a solo cruiser, I don't do anything special when I get on Carnival. Now, for like Virgin, I have a whole formula. My formula for Virgin as a solo cruiser is definitely go to the solo cruise meetup and do all the solo cruise activities that they offer, which basically Virgin takes you from the meetup to they take you to the deck party together till they'll hold a space for you at dinner. And then about time you get to dinner, you found your people, because basically everybody's still tipsy from a sail away party. So you meet your people, get their WhatsApp connections, because Virgin has the free Wi-Fi, and that's my routine as a solo cruiser on Virgin. Royal Caribbean for me as a solo cruiser is hit and miss. I've done one of the Facebook group meetups, and I was like, I don't even know why I came. I've done the solo meetup, and literally like I couldn't figure out who was solo. To then the last time I was on Liberty and actually did the solo meetup, and I had to do a little work. I was like, who's there solo? and then found like a tribe of like 5 women, and we just kicked it for like the rest of the cruise. So like Royal is gonna be hit and miss, but I think any of your cruise lines, if you want to connect with solo travelers, the first day to do it is day 1 before people start getting into their excursions, before people start, and then when you meet your people on day 1, pick a spot and say, okay, every night we're going to meet at On the Rocks bar. Every night we're going to meet, for me on Liberty of Seas with me and my homegirls that I met, it was like, oh, we're going to meet every night at the wine bar at 8:00. So try to establish that. Having Wi-Fi helps. But yeah, that's kind of my routine. And then there's sometimes I get on the ships and I'm just like, I'm not interested in connecting with the solo or anybody. I just want to be on the ship to read my book. So there's that sometimes too. Anna Q says, yes, she posted about United and Delta. Ew. Yeah, no, Delta. Leave United alone. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 on picking up United. No. Anna Q says, Breeze has something that's first class adjacent. Okay, good to know. Yellow says she's never done a Melanie at Sea. It never lines up. I know they've been adding more dates, so maybe in the future. Let's see. Getaway Code says JetBlue came to Charlotte after the Spirit shut down, but their flights are still high. Yep. Judy's Recess, welcome in. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what we were talking about. DNQ says we drove from Texas to Florida here for work this week and no Tesla. Okay. I was like, are they in the back of a Tesla? What's going on here? Okay. Those flights are expensive. I don't blame y'all for driving. What's that, like an 18-hour ride? Let's see. Anna Q says that is the hack. You save money doing it that way, but Delta has gotten really slick with the upgrade prices. Yes, because let me tell you what happened. So literally, I had saw the $400 upgrade, right? And I needed to change my flights because I realized I should have flown into a different city. Not the end of the world, but like I realized I should have flown into a different city. I was literally sitting there on the phone with Delta. I told y'all this upgrade was $429. Literally sitting in front of my computer, the upgrade spiked to $800. And I'm like, I know I'm not paying $800 for, particularly after you see a price. I saw $429. I was like, I'm willing to pay $429. $800, I'm like, no. So then I was just like, well, I guess I'll be, in economy for 13 hours. And then I waited like a few more days and was randomly at work playing on my phone and hit a seat in Premium Select, and the $429 price came back up. And I immediately was like, all right, let's book this. But I recently heard Delta's, loyalty flyers have been complaining because Delta is selling those tickets instead of using it for the true upgrade folks. Like, the people with the high mileage, those, all the people who got those miles and gold status and all that kind of silver status, that kind of thing. They're literally, you're more, it's easier to like buy the upgrade than to get the free upgrade through loyalty. So, and I'm okay with that because I'm not loyal to Delta enough flying. I mean, I like the product, but American Airlines is usually the better routes and prices for me. But if I can find a decent Delta flight, I'll hop on it. Q says a lady won $75,000 on a $20 poker bet at the casino bar on Celebrity Edge. How do you do that? She was playing video poker at the bar and got a straight flush. Jesus Christ. I would holler. Like, I know they say like play it safe, but like I would literally like, y'all remember Mama Payne was doing those black backflips on Martin that one time through the church? That would be me. Like, wow, shout out to that lady. $75,000 on video poker. Hell, well, I'm playing the wrong machines. I'm playing with them damn slot machines and all the bells and whistles, and video poker's playing out. Now, I wouldn't know what button to push, but it sounds worthwhile. Hear Me Out says, okay, she's social. I'm okay with some noise. I'm 48, so I like my sleep as well. I do have a meet and greet set up for the 40 and over crew. I think you'll be okay. But I do know like deck 8, any of the long hallways on Conquest where literally somebody can run, because they do, from the back to the front, expect a lot of traffic and noise. But I really liked the first time I was on Carnival Conquest, we got a upgrade for like $35 or $70 for the room. I can't remember. It was like $35 a piece. We were on the Lido deck 9. It's a half hallway. And because usually Carnival Conquest, people just want to get the cheapest and what's, available on the ship, your upgraded cabins, usually it's a little quieter. But I also know, I think we were on Conquest, somebody had a suite and that their hallway was still a little rowdy. So it's gonna be the cruise where but you're on a Monday through Friday cruise. But I just knew like my hallway, I was surrounded by some 20-something-year-olds, and literally when I was going to bed, they were just cranking up. And then there's no around the doors on Conquest, there's no what is it called? There's no insulation or the rubber stuff. So literally all the sound comes directly into your cabin. DNQ says some folks have all the luck. My Aunt Sydney hits jackpots at bingo, jackpots at the casino, and I be sitting there fighting for my life. Let's see. Gina's Rose says, can the upgrades happen if you're not flying solo? I think you can just pay for the 2 seats to up. So if I was flying with someone, I think I would pay like for both of the seats to be upgraded. Because I think I upgraded my mama one time. You pay for both the seats, if that makes sense, to be upgraded. But the offers usually come through the app, and they start out pretty nicely. Let's see. Anna Q says, I'm only going to be solo on Carnival if it's a group cruise. No solo cabins or solo supplements. I feel you. Not as bad as Celebrity though. But I mean, I got a $340 cruise on Sunrise. So Gina's World says Carnival has solo meetups. I thought they don't have them. Independent travelers, is that the same thing? I don't know. I haven't did it in a long time because usually for Carnival, I'm good with going to the sail away party, and then I book dinner really early, and then start the evening activities. I can't remember. Does Carnival has anybody been to a solo meetup on Carnival? Hear Me Out says it's a Monday through Friday cruise, and I'm on deck 2. Expect noise on deck 2 because everybody's gonna be down there. But it'll be fine. Just bring like a white noise, a fan, something. You'll be all right. It's only 4 days. Or worse and worse, just go out and party. Go to a nightclub. Because that's what will happen. They will come back every morning about 1 o'clock and then finally pass out. Now I heard them when they came back at 1 o'clock in the morning, but okay. Glad you appreciate the tips. Phil says the Conquest will be forever etched in my memory. That's just Phil went to nightclub. Phil went to a nightclub on Connie, and I heard the first night or second night they were throwing money. They were throwing ones, and the security had to tell the boys like stop throwing ones because I think it was making people like rush the floor, and they felt like it was a safety issue. Here we are says in regards to Carnival's new loyalty program, the new program is whack. I agree. It's just there is no differentiation, major difference. Like there's nothing I saw that made like the old program. I was like, yes, I'm gonna work for platinum. Like, and I did. I went hardcore, got my platinum status on Carnival on purpose. Like I intentionally got to platinum, and then I was like, okay, cool. I got platinum on Carnival. I'm gonna start working my way for Royal. And then literally this time around, I was like, okay, well, I'm about to be on a bunch of Carnival cruises. Like, let me see if it makes sense to try to like, keep my loyalty or whatever. And I looked at the 2 tiers of gold and platinum, and it was nothing that made me be like, yes, I want to do this. I can't remember what the perks. I texted Kristen. I was like, there's nothing. I was going to try, but there's nothing. She says the new program is trash. They messed up royally. Yeah. I think it's gonna incentivize people to like play the casino more. Which is it's a little iffy. And or use that credit card, which again is iffy. It's like y'all giving people either gambling problems or debt. Like, damn. Q Swanson says, I need that type of casino luck. Most I won was $170 a bet on a slot machine. Getaway Code says Conquisha definitely had all the good vibes. It did. It did. Like, neither one of my sailings were bad. It was just my second sailing. I was literally I had some 20-year-olds in the cabins around me. And like one was on FaceTime all night and I could hear it. Like I could hear the FaceTime. I could hear her talking back to the people. Apparently the karaoke was lit because they came back in the hallway singing it. So I just blame it on me for going to bed early. I should have at least tried to hit like 11 midnight to at least be in the quiet zone, but lesson learned. DNQ says I might have won $1,100. Most I've won was $1,100. That's a good win. Let's see. Hear Me Out says it's definitely about how much you spend. It is about how much you spend. It's about if you use that credit card. DNQ says go for Pinnacle. 700. No, I don't like Royal Caribbean that much. To do 700 points worth of cruises on Royal, I want Diamond Plus. It's 150 points. I'm at 88. I should be at like 114 days points by the end of the year. So I'm making my way. As long as they don't move the needle on me, I should be fine. Please don't move the needle on me. So yeah. Janice World says, I'm curious, since Carnival's program is spin driven, if you're a casino person, how do you get points if most of your items are comp? That's why I think they're pushing. That's why I think the casino is going to be your better bet than trying to get status, like spend money to get status on Carnival. That's my initial take. I have about 3 or 4 of their cruises booked, so I'll get to try it out. But like I know right now I'm already thinking like instead of paying full price for one cruise, I might play that amount in the casino and see what happens. So the only danger with that is not danger, but like the casino is also like a moving target, because I heard that like they kind of keep like, oh, she spent this amount, we're gonna move the needle. And like, see if those, oh, you didn't get the deal you wanted. Like, oh, so it keeps pushing you to spend more. So it's give or take either way. But I'd rather take my odds at the casino than whatever the spending game is. And I definitely don't want the credit card. I haven't looked at the terms and conditions of their credit card, but I don't want the credit card. Like, can I use, I don't know, does it come with like international coverage? Does it come with like, insurance? Like, what does it come with? I don't know, but I already have travel. Like, I have multiple travel cards. I don't need another one. And the Q says, yes, too many fish in the cruise seas that will match status and to be chasing rewards. I can dig it. Harry Al says, I have dinner booked at the steakhouse. Hopefully you have it booked on night 1 so you can get your free bottle of wine. If they don't bring you your free bottle of wine, remind them that you are owed a free bottle of wine. Let's see. Big Murph says, see, you better book some cruises of Royal Caribbean now. Don't they have the double points offer going on? Yes. So thank you, Murph. If you haven't heard, Royal Caribbean has a double points offer going on from now until July 31st. If you book, it's for sailings, I believe, from September through April 2027. And you can do 2 of those to get your double points. I won't be participating in that because the math for me is better waiting for my casino deals. Plus, I already have a bunch of other stuff booked. I literally counted past 50 with cruises like I have coming up in other travels. So if I think it's a deal for you if you are like somebody who has like one cruise or a couple cruises a year. But I have like up through 2027 booked, which means I have to pay for those cruises. And the double points deals are like you're paying for those cruises. So I definitely think if you want to, but that's a good like reminder. If you want to like make your prints on the Royal Caribbean's, what's it called? Crown Royal? Is it called Crown Royal? Wait, Crown Royal's liquor. Crown and Anchor. If you want to make your mark on the Crown Anchor Society, yes, if you book before July 31st and you're willing to sail between September and I think April 2027, you can get double points. And if you are a solo travel, you get double points. So I think, who was it? Catherine Cruz said the math is, if you're a solo traveler, you get the deal with times 4, I believe, of the days. That's how many points you get. So you can definitely get, but for me, literally just it's a me thing. I think it's a great opportunity. But literally, like, I can get the same amount of points for cheaper with my casino deals than to book the double points program. But if you have not got any points or you're trying to like level up, I think it's an amazing opportunity for sure. And if you want help with booking your Royal Caribbean Casino cruise, I am a travel agent. Email me at travel@cwc.com and I'm more than happy to get you situated. Anna Q says Virgin is my favorite, but their steakhouse is garbage. And is. God bless America. I think I found a couple things I like at their steakhouse. I like the ribeye, and then that's fish. The fish. It's Dover sole. Can't remember, but the fish is good. But yeah, they pissed me off with, they called something steak, shrimp and grits, and it was red. And it was so bad. It was so bad that the staff were like, and they were giving me that look like, don't do it, Miss Seeley. And I did it anyway. And they were right. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, so much more I want to say, but I'm not gonna say no more. Big Mar says, the Long Club Grill was really good. Yes. Now, Celebrity, y'all can put that Long Club situation on all your ships. Or maybe it is on more ships, but I am a fan. If you want a true steak and cook perfection season, now Long Club Grill got to work on their sides a little bit, but the steak is perfection. And I didn't even make it up to the what is it called? They had like a buffet with salads and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, so it says family reunion atmosphere I'm cool with on Connie. You'll be getting on August 10th through the 14th. So yeah, it's a summer cruise. Expect it to be a little live. It won't be as live as your weekend cruises, but still the summer cruises. Now, some schools districts will be back, like Georgia will be back in session. Georgia schools. I don't know if Florida's back in session by then already or not, but it's still, it's still a summer month. So, but it's a weekend cruise, so it should be good. Come back and let us know how your cruise was in a couple weeks. Anna Q says those Sky Miles upgrades ain't the same anymore. Listen, Delta lost me with Sky Miles upgrades when it upgraded me. Like, I was doing the same thing. Like, I was like, okay, I want Delta status. I hit Delta status and they upgraded me to a middle seat in Comfort Plus. And I literally the next year I was like, to hell, like, y'all can have it. I don't want it no more. And then when I found out that I can just upgrade myself in the apps, that's what I've been doing. Yep, $75,000 win. Shout out to that lady. You won't have to escort me off the ship. I'd be like, next stop, Juneau. We flying home. Let's see. They pay her cash money, dollars, no tax. Wait, huh? Wait, hold on. Yeah, I know that they moved the needle in regards to what is it, the payout rate in regards to like when you get taxed. But yeah, wowzers, that's nice. Anna Q says Celebrity is my favorite next to Virgin, but they do us so now. Yes, now I like Celebrity better than I like Virgin, so we're the reverse. However, Celebrity has a mean solo tax, but get yourself a good travel agent, because what I did when we booked with Ultimate Solo Group Cruise, I will say, like, when we started booking Ultimate Solo Group Cruise, and shout out to Ultimate Solo Group Cruisers, that price was kind of high, but like, it started off pretty high, and then like we were able to price reduce people down as we got closer. And it ended up being like, I think some folks got their cabins, like what started as maybe like $1,200 cabin came down to like 800. So like, don't count them out for celebrity, but celebrities will definitely make you pay that solo tax real bad. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, Yoa said she needed security one time she hit in the casino. She said, first time I was scared to walk to my cabin because they didn't have any $500 chips. So they gave me all in the hundreds. And her husband was knocked out and wouldn't answer the phone. Lord have mercy. Now, does the casino on a cruise work like casino on land where you can like request an escort? That's not how it's done. Because we had a little issue when they built the casino here near the hood. We had some people who got followed from MGM like to their, and then we had one person who got followed from like Maryland Live, which is like up in Glen Burnie, all the way down to like Oxon Hill, Maryland, and got robbed in their driveway. So I don't know, but I know, don't they offer escorts? Yeek. I remember the one time I hit in MGM, like literally I felt bad because we were there for my mom's birthday. I sat down literally within 2 or 3 spins, and I think I didn't know what I was doing because I cashed out 800, but I think I won more than that. And I literally was like, get up. I went to that little cash out booth so quick, and my mom was like, what's wrong with you? And I showed her like how much, and she's like, yes, time to go. Let's go. I gave her a little money, and yeah, we going out there. Dang. Oh, hey, YFC. I was just giving y'all a lot of accolades, giving y'all some accolades for the wonderful Melanin XC 5.0 content. Felt like we were there. Yola D says, due to the new Carnival program, I will not be cruising Carnival anymore. Oh, see, yeah, like we were just talking about, like Carnival is losing some of its loyalists. I mean, I don't want to promote gambling, but I honestly think the new move which can be risky, like I am not promoting this, but I think the new move for Carnival is going to be, you're going to get better comps and deals and some of those perks like priority boarding and steakhouse and all that, free drinks around the ship if you play the casino versus trying to do the status program. So dang. Let's see. Yeah, I know the government moved the needle on hand pays. I can't remember what the threshold is. I mean, this administration be doing some things every now and then, and you're kind of like, I'll take it. And I'll take the increase on hand pays. Let's see. The Fishes of Dorado, and I love it. Cool. Good to know. Yes, that's one of the good meals. One of the reliable meals in Virgin Voyages Steakhouse for sure. Murph says, yes, they definitely need to work on their sides, especially that thing they call a lobster mac and cheese. It's like they put lobster bisque in there. And then the dirty rice was, I don't know, it was particles. But yeah. Let's see. Anna Q says, that's why Celebrity is her number 2, because I love everything about them except for the solo tax. Noted. Anna Q says, Oxon Hill, you will get robbed for way less. Let's see. James Ross, she didn't need an escort. She won $1,000 on the first night of the sailing, and the casino was empty except for me, my sisters, and 2 ladies in that area. So you're able to sneak away. What ship was that? I was on Carnival Jubilee, and I felt like everybody had the jackpot Holy Ghost except for me. One guy hit 6,000 over here. Somebody hit 4,000 over there. But yeah. And speaking of Jubilee, have y'all heard that they're changing some of the sailings? They're adding the SCA. So what is it? The adult cruiser only for Carnival Jubilee on some of the newer ships. So that's something to look out for. But yeah. So thank y'all for being here. Let's close out with some of the announcements. It's been a great chat. I appreciate y'all. We went for 2 whole hours. Woo! I'm hoping I have some ideas. So I told y'all I'm in between content at the moment. My next big trip is August 27th. But in the meantime, I'm trying to figure out like what should I do? What should I give y'all? I think if y'all stay tuned, my plan is I definitely want to record some information videos related to things you should know for selling celebrity cruises in general, which we talked about tonight. We talked about like you should be mindful as a solo cruiser for celebrity. Then things for being mindful for cruising celebrity reflection in particular. Then I'm going to start changing gears because I want to start priming the algorithm for this big trip I'm taking. Usually it's land-based. Usually my channel doesn't do really great for land-based trips. I think it's great information though. But I'm going to do some like get ready, pack with me information sharing about that. And I might do some local getaways. I think was it YOLO? Somebody gave me that. I think it was YOLO. The idea about doing some local kind of information, like, you know, showing y'all the area, things to know about DC, things to do from a local perspective. So that might be in the coffers as I get ready. But then basically once we get back in September, the content will be cranking out way more. So we got to fill in a little gap. So y'all hang in there. But what we will have is a Monday meetup every Monday at 7 p.m. So basically come, I want to see y'all in the chat. Some announcements if y'all enjoying the vibe, if you want to hang out with me, the people who are in the chat, here are some opportunities. Again, we have the Good Gov Getaway in 2026. This is a land-based trip. We're doing Epcot Food and Wine Festival together. It's October 9th to 11th, but a good half of the people are coming in on October 8th. You can scan and register. It's a $30 registration fee. I basically did a registration fee just so it helps me plan. But it comes with a t-shirt, and it comes with what is it called? A reception. And then you'll get the itinerary. So it shows you, hotel options to book at, the days we're going to the parks, all that kind of stuff. And it's a book on your own. So if you have flight points, if you have hotel points, if you're a travel agent yourself like me, you can book it through yourself. I can help you coordinate with booking it, but that's our Good Gov Getaway for 2026. Then we start up in 2027 with the Ultimate Land at Sea. So we're going to New Orleans, Louisiana, for all the carnival lovers. We're starting with 2 days in New Orleans, and then we are getting on Carnival Dream for a 4-day cruise to Cozumel. And you can book through any of those creators, including myself, for that one. After that, we have a really big cruise for June 10th through 20th. So over the Juneteenth holiday, 2027, we are harping on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, going to the Greek Isles with an overnight stay. If y'all say you like overnight stay in Cairo. If you are counting your countries like I am, it's an opportunity to knock out Greece, Turkey, and Egypt, which Egypt, for solo travelers, as you know, it's a rough place to travel solo. So we have a good little group, small group at the moment, 10-ish people going, but you can join us. That's on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, which, as you know, has recently received a glow up. And those prices, I can give you updated pricing on that one. Next is we have the Good Gov Getaway 2027, which is October 7th to the 12th out of NYC. If you haven't tried Norwegian, it's your opportunity. We're on Norwegian Luna. It's a $50 deposit. I can't remember the final payment date, but the final payment will be in 2027 sometime. And join us to experience Norwegian Cruise Line if you haven't. So let's finish it with some closing comments. Somebody said the jackpot Holy Ghost is wild. Yes, they were popping like popcorn. And y'all know I like to end on a positive note. Let's see. We have a first timer. So thank you, Small Dog Service, for being here. And we're going to end with what Murph says. He says, can't wait for the land and sea cruise. We are taking over the ship. I think we're close to like 100 people. So yeah, I said, because I was like, I know my number. So I know she got like way more. So yeah, between a few of us, our powers are combined and we'll be in New Orleans. And looking for y'all to join us for that. It's CNC. Thanks for chatting with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Having a great week, y'all. Good night.